What's old is new. Scammers are now using actual phishing rods to steal your mail. A startup company raises $66 million in 5 days. Facebook has an eye-opening program and more on this Komando.com Tech News today for Tuesday, June 19th. Brought to you by our partners at MediShare. If you've ever made a change and then wondered why you didn't do that a long time ago, that's what happens for thousands of people regarding their health care. They're joining MediShare and finding their typical savings for a family is $500 a month. There's a lot of reasons why this is growing so fast, so call and you might wonder why you didn't do this before. For more information, call MediShare at 855-25-SHARE. That's 855-25-SHARE. Scammers, if only they use their powers for good. They work around the clock to find ways to steal from us, whether it's our money or our identity, and then they're going to find a vulnerability and then they'll use it. So if you're a Komando follower, and of course you are, you know we often expose the phone frauds, email, phishing scans, campaigns, and skimming tools that hackers use. But sometimes they just go back to the basics. Case in point, new trend of email phishing. Yes, we're talking good old-fashioned snail mail. We've warned of crooks breaking into your mailbox before, but now crooks are actually using fishing line or string with a sticky piece of paper on the end to fish out checks, gift cards, and even packages from post office mailboxes. You know, the big blue containers on the street that make it convenient for you to mail a letter. USA Today just did a story about an elderly woman in Manhattan who put a $112 check in a mailbox. The check not only never got delivered, but whoever stole it modified the check and tried to cash it for $3,500. Luckily, her bank was able to stop the transaction, but police say mail phishing has doubled in the last 2 years. So what do? Aside from walking into the post office and handing your letters to a postmaster, you can try to drop your mail off as close to pickup time as possible. Those times are posted right on the mailbox. It's also a good idea to drop your mail off early in the day, since these crooks like to operate at night. Dropping off early ensures it's been picked up by a mail carrier and won't sit in the mailbox overnight. A new report from Bloomberg shows that Google wants to take its predictive models to your hospital room. They believe their artificial intelligence program will be able to predict whether or not a patient is going to die. It'll combine patients' vital signs, age, and ethnicity, and gender with other data and previous medical charts. Google tools predict patient scenarios with stunning accuracy. Some of the predictions include how long people will stay in the hospital, odds of remissions, and chances of death. Medical experts were amazed by Google's ability to scan data that was previously out of human reach, like buried notes, scribbles on old charts, and more. The heart of the project is at Google's Medical Brain, a division of the company dedicated to advancements in the medical and health sectors. One hurdle this is facing is a big one: privacy. In light of the recent privacy scandals by big tech companies, securing medical records from various health providers and hospitals will be tough. Mac users like to boast that they're less likely to be victims of viruses and bugs, but that's not necessarily true. A new bug found in the Mac OS exposes your files, including document information and photo thumbnails, and that's even if your drive is encrypted, and the bug is triggered every time you open a file. Quick Look registers a service that creates a thumbnail database and stores it in a directory, so all the photos you previewed stay in that directory, even if you deleted the files or previewed them in an encrypted container. Basically, you leave behind a trail of information of what was supposed to be on a removable drive. The Quick Look bug also affected USB drives that had once been plugged into a user's Mac. It's particularly worrisome if your laptop is ever stolen, as hackers will be able to get into the cache and reveal contents of files. No word yet on when Apple might issue a fix for this particular virus. Google is fixing a bug that was identified in Chromecast TV and the Google Home smart speaker. The bug works by exploiting a loophole on Google's location data. Basically, it reveals your location, and it's pretty precise. By using the location gathered by nearby Wi-Fi networks through a Google Home or Chromecast, a malicious website can hone in on a user's location within a few feet, so hackers could easily figure out the exact address of where your Chromecast or Google Home speaker is set up. That's unsettling. Google says they expect the patch to be delivered sometime in mid-July. Facebook investors are happy after the company secretly changed the name of its audit committee and added a little muscle to it. The new Audit and Risk Oversight Committee, chaired by former White House Chief of Staff Erskine Bowles, will monitor Facebook's social impact, privacy safeguards, and cybersecurity risks. So what's the big name change? Well, the title Audit Committee was setting well with shareholders who wanted a Risk Committee. So what's with the new name change? Well, the Audit Committee wasn't sitting well with shareholders who wanted a Risk Committee. It also means new responsibilities for the team, including reviewing whether any Facebook services can be used to, quote, facilitate harm or undermine public safety or public interest. We're thinking this has a lot to do with all the fake news posts that have been plaguing the site over the last several years. And following the Cambridge Analytica scandal, this group will investigate Facebook's privacy program. They'll also look into any potential cybersecurity risks. It sounds like a tall order, we know. One major stakeholder told Business Insider that this is a positive development and gives insiders a clear understanding of who is responsible for overseeing each of those areas. Have you ever heard of a company called Front? If not, you soon will. The startup raised $66 million in just 5 days. Tech investors are eager to be a part of this new venture. It's a company that aims to change the way workers and teams communicate. Front is a shared inbox app that lets your team handle all messages like emails, texts, chats, and social media all in one place. One of the major investors is Sequoia Capital, and that's the venture capital firm behind Airbnb, Dropbox, and WhatsApp. Front's CEO, Mathilde Collin, who's just 28 years old, is helping other entrepreneurs. She shared the pitch deck she used to raise the money. Meanwhile, Microsoft is buying a startup education app. It's called Flipgrid, and it's an app that will let students record and share videos with classmates. Microsoft is making the application free for schools. Schools that have already paid for the app will get a refund. Microsoft is digging deep on the education front, and they have an uphill battle with Google. Last quarter alone, more than 60% of personal computing devices shipped to K-12 schools were Google Chromebooks. The lightweight computers have become a favorite of students and teachers alike because of their ease of use, portability, and the launch of Google Classroom in 2014. Microsoft tried to compete by releasing Microsoft Classroom in 2016, but they've already retired that platform. Flipgrid focuses much more on videos than anything else and boasts more than 20 million users. Most people hate having their picture taken, but thanks to an unlimited number of apps and filters, it's easier than ever to fix any flaws you think you see. Smooth out your wrinkles, make your smile brighter, get rid of red eye, whatever it is, there's some kind of filter or app that can help. Or you can use software like Photoshop to make yourself look your very best. But Facebook's new artificial intelligence is a game changer, a real eye-opener, literally. It will get rid of the blink. How many times have you taken a group photo only to find one or two people have their eyes closed? It's very frustrating. Well, this new research from Facebook replaces closed eyes with open ones that are really convincing. It's very cool and only a little bit creepy. The technique is called in-painting, and it basically, when a program fills a space with what it thinks should be there. Facebook's new system is called Generative Adversarial Network, or GAN, G-A-N for short. So in this case, it recognizes a face with its eyes closed. It grabs the eyes from a different person in the picture, superimposes them onto that face, and even takes into account skin color and the shape of the eyes. Nintendo is trying to make a comeback, and it's partnering with Disney to do it. If you have kids or grandkids, listen up, because they're sure to be talking about this. Nintendo and Disney are collaborating on a new TV show called Nintendo Switch Family Showdown. Your families will compete against each other using the Nintendo Switch game console. Competitions will include Super Mario Odyssey and matchups in Mario Tennis Aces. They'll also be doing some dance-offs in Just Dance 2018. The Nintendo Switch is a combination of home and portable console, and it's been a big hit for Nintendo. And with this mainstream showcase, it's sure to get even more popular. The show debuts this summer, so you might want to start practicing now. And speaking of entertainment, Apple just signed a deal with the Queen of Talk, Oprah Winfrey. Oprah is known for her ability to connect with audiences around the world, and this is part of Apple's plan to grow its original content. Kudos to Apple, because according to reports, Amazon and Netflix were also in talks with Winfrey. The Hollywood Reporter confirmed that Oprah will still be CEO of OWN, which is her cable network. Reports also indicate that Oprah will make different types of content, including movies, books, TV shows, and more. Apple plans for a major release of original content early next year. Just recently, Netflix signed famed creators Shonda Rhimes and Ryan Murphy, and Amazon made a deal with Nicole Kidman. But we gotta say, with Oprah on your side, all things are possible, including making a ton of money. And that's your Komando.com Tech News today. And thanks again to our partners at Metashare. Have you ever made a change and then wondered why you didn't so a long time ago? That's what's happening for thousands of people with regard to their health care. They're joining Metashare and finding out their typical savings for a family of $500 a month. People love being a part of Metashare. The convenience, the huge network of providers. There are a lot of reasons this is growing so fast. So call 855-25-SHARE, and you might wonder why you didn't do so before. That's 855-25-SHARE, S-H-A-R-E.